TxStampin Sharon, bringing you a really cool card today. That's because it has snowflakes on it. It is using the Snow is Glistening stamp set. It is a limited offer during the month of November with Stampin' Up. I really expect it to sell out. It's been so popular, especially those framelits. So you'll see what I mean when we're making the card. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, could you do so below? I really appreciate your comments. It just helps me know what you think about my project. And speaking of that, let's do it. Okay. So much fun. Look how fun that is. And it's really super easy. This card is from the Snow is Glistening stamp set. It is a limited set or limited time offer only in November. So if you love this card or any of the cards that I have shared on my YouTube channel, then you're going to want to get this, because some things, like originally I was going to use the white velvet paper. It's gone. This is a hot item. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's loving the framelits. I mean, the framelits are amazing. There's so many fun framelits. And I know that the main things you're seeing are the snowflakes. However, there's flowers, so don't, and little leaves and everything. So, and that goes with the Happiness Surrounds stamp set, which is also a limited one this month. All right, so here is the stamp set. I love the images, and I always love it when there's lots of sentiments on a stamp set. Here is the little flyer showing the special. So there's the Snow is Glistening, and then here is the Happiness Surrounds. The other item that we're going to use are the little snowflake trinkets, and we're using the Thinlit dies. This is the white velvet paper that is no longer available. All right, I have all my supplies ready, and I have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. It is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we're going to add some embossing buddy powder along this edge. And my little trick for you today is, to place the snowflakes where you want them on the Night of Navy layer. And we're just going to take a big block. We're going to scoot that up a little bit. Pick them all up at one time. And we'll be doing all of our stamping at once. Grab a little. I am using the paper piercing mat because these are photopolymer stamps and there's no cushion in there. Whenever you have additional cushioning, either with the paper piercing mat or the red rubber stamps, you get a crisper image. I'm using a craft pad, and when you purchase the craft pad now from Stampin' Up, it is an uninked pad, and it comes with a craft ink refill. I still call it craft white because that's what it's been called all these years, so sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, so we're just going to stamp all at once. I mean, if we're going to be cranking out a bunch of Christmas cards, let's get that stamping done quickly. I have some white embossed powder, and I'm going to pour that over. Tap that off. I'm going to move this out of the way. And now we're going to do some heat embossing. Did you notice how I picked it up and was looking at it? I wanted to make sure that all my embossing powder was melted, because if it's not and I touch it, it's gone. There's no way to save it. Now I do have the smaller stamp, and it is this cute little cluster of snowflakes. I could have added that to my original block, but I need to do it several times, so I just left it on its own little clear block. And I'm going to put one right here. And let's see, one right here. Oh, let's turn it around. And again, a little bit more powder. All right, a little bit more heating. So we're going to get our Night of Navy ink out. We're going to set this aside and just let it cool really well. I have a little sentiment layer, and I want to say this was like 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. I have a layer of silver foil cut, and it is 1 inch by 3 inches. I'm going to grab our snail. I do want to always make sure that my ink is good and dry before I flip it over. Map this on here. And I think silver and navy just go really well together. We're going to add this on with some snail to this bottom corner. To clean off the embossing powder, you know, these things you're supposed to like dust with or something in the house. Meh, we just use it in our craft room. Works great. I'm going to flip this over now. We're going to add this to our Whisper White thick cardstock. I love the Whisper White. I just feel like it's such a good feel, and it's a sturdy, heavy-duty base. Add this layer. And I've already cut out my snowflakes using the silver foil and the framelit. My little trick, whoops, let me grab this. To adhere these together is to just add some snail, and then I take my paper piercer and I go in and I remove the excess adhesive. It's almost like a little magnet. It just kind of sticks to it. And then all I have to do is wipe off my tip. I could have used multi-purpose glue, but it's a little messy trying to get it in the grooves anyway, because there's so many details to the snowflake that I would still have some excess adhesive. You could also use the multi-purpose adhesive sheets if you have those. That would be the best, probably, if you're cranking out a bunch of Christmas cards. All right, so then see, I just wiped that off and it's all gone. All right, we're gonna add this to our center. Now, I really don't even know if this bundle, or it's not a bundle, I wanna call it a bundle. I don't know if the framelits and the stamp set is even gonna last through the whole month of November, because I've just seen so much done with this. These little trinkets, they come in 2 different patterns. One is, let's see, one is more detailed. I don't know if y'all can see that. One is more detailed. Whoops, let me flip it over. That would help. And then one is more outlined. I don't know if that describes it correctly. And then there's a little rhinestone in the middle. We're going to take this snowflake one, and we're going to grab our glue dots. All right, let's grab this. And we're going to put it in the center, and I kind of fold it over a little bit with the tip of my paper piercer, just so the adhesive isn't like sticking out. We're going to pop that there. And then of course my favorite is to add some dimensionals. I am going to add 2 because I feel like it's kind of a big die cut. And we're just going to add this to our card. Which way do we want to do it? There we go. Don't you just love it? I think it's gorgeous. Don't you agree that Native Navy and silver foil go perfectly together? Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend it with me. So happy stamping, y'all.